At this point, we have all the components in place to publish WordPress on our web server. We have an FTP account and the account information for that FTP account. We have MySQL access to our MySQL database. We put that MySQL access information into the WP config file in our clean WordPress installation that we got from WordPress.org. The final step in this process is to push all these files from our computer onto our web server. To do that, we're going to use an FTP application. FTP, or File Transfer Protocol, is exactly what it sounds like. It's a protocol to move files from one location on the web to another. We're going to use it to move files from our computer to our web server. You can do this using any type of FTP client. I'm using FileZilla, which you can get for free from the internet. First, we need to set up our FTP account information inside FileZilla so we can actually get access to our account. I'll go to File, Site Manager, create a new site, give it the name Hansel and Pedal, and then set up the host, which should match what we have in our account information. So ftp.hanselandpedal.com. And then we need a normal logon type and a username, WordPress at hanselandpedal.com, and a password. And that's it. When I now click Connect, I'll connect directly to that server on the web. As you can see, we now have two views. We have my local computer here on the left, and we have the remote site on the right. Now, depending on what web host you're using, there may or may not already be files and folders in your remote site. There may be one or two folders. They may be called something like CGI bin. There may also be a series of files. The only thing you need to worry about is if there's a file called index.html or default.html, because these two might conflict with WordPress. But don't worry too much about it. All you have to do is create a new folder on the remote site and put those files into that folder so they don't interfere. Once all that's done, it's time to move your files. On the left here, you can see my entire WordPress installation. I've simply navigated to it on my computer. And all I need to do now is highlight the entire set of files and folders, with the exception of the sample file, wp-config sample, and unselect it. Then I simply drag and drop all those files and folders directly into the root of my web host. Now WordPress, although it's not very big, has a lot of files, so this transfer can take a lot of time, especially if you have a slow connection. So this would be a good time to go grab a cup of coffee, watch some TV, or read a book. Once the transfer is complete, make sure that all your queued files have been transferred and that you don't have any failed transfers. It's very important that all the files are actually moved over to your server, otherwise WordPress won't work. Now WordPress is installed on our web host, and the next time we visit that web domain, we'll start the activation process. Uploading WordPress to a web host is a simple procedure when you have the correct access information. And once all the WordPress files and folders are uploaded to the server, it'll automatically run WordPress setup the first time you visit the home page.